Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Hey, JR, I want to ask you a question. Uh-oh. Did you hear about the young brother that went and played football for Florida A&M, who was in Charlotte, North Carolina over the weekend? He used to play football, which is the reason why his name is national news. If he was just a regular black dude, we wouldn't even freaking know who he was. Right. But because he played for Florida A&M, it became national news. But he was in a car crash over the weekend. Young Jonathan Farrell, 24 years old, crashed his car. Who knows why he crashed his car? Hey, look, he might have been geeked. He might have swerved from a deer. Doesn't matter why he crashed his car.
Right.
Crashed his car in a ditch. And it was so bad that he had to climb out the back window to get out the car. And he's knocking on the door of a house. It's 2 a.m. You know, when you out there on the road by yourself and ain't nobody out there, what you gonna do, SY? You gonna go knock on the nearest house's door, right? So he's knocking on the door of the nearest house. And the person inside, justifiably so, is like, what the hell is going on? Somebody knocking on the door. 911, calling up the cops. I would have done that. Mm-hmm. That's why you would have done that, JR. Right. Y'all would have done that, right? Something's going on, right? So she calls 911, and 911 comes, and they come out there, and they come and they check with her. She was like, I don't know what's going on. Somebody's banging on my door. I'm tripping. And so they out there canvassing the area, and they come across young Mr. Farrell, and Mr. Farrell is running towards the police like, yo, help me. Yo, I just crashed my car. Help me. And apparently they didn't hear the please help me, because I don't know about y'all. If I'm running towards the cops after having just crashed my car, I'm probably going to say, please help me. Mm-hmm. Right. Even though the police don't mention the fact that he was saying, please help me, they will probably let you think that he ain't say nothing. But if I just crashed my car, I'm probably going to say, please help me, especially if I just banged on somebody's door asking for help. But, I might be tripping because I'm a race baiter. So anyway, as I'm looking at Jonathan Farrell running towards the cops, and they threw his – actually, I want Big Rube on this one first. I'm sorry, Jay. I want Big Rube on this one first. As he is running towards the police, more than likely saying, please help me, but we don't know that for sure because the only people out there was the police. They tase him. He's a big dude. He used to play football for Florida A&M. So the tase probably didn't mean nothing. He wasn't like the white dude that said, don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me. He wasn't like that guy, who was a little scrawny dude, right? He was just, big strapping football player who ran up on the police. And when they tried to tase him, he's probably saying what, JR? Help me. Yeah, he's probably still saying at that point. He's probably saying that. But instead of helping him after the tasing doesn't stop him, this police officer pops a couple in his chest, takes him down, and now Jonathan Farrell is dead. Now I set that up with a whole bunch of sarcasm and smart assness just to kind of set it up, because I really am pissed about this, because I'm about tired of seeing situations where black men get shot by the police unarmed, which Jonathan Farrell was. But Big Real, I want you on this one first. What's your thoughts, man?
He probably shouldn't have been running at him. But
seriously?
I mean, hold on.
Seriously?
Man. Hold on. Listen to me.
Seriously?
Will you listen to me?
I'm gonna listen to you, but I'm already shut down.
I mean, I understand
that you may say, but go ahead.
I'm listening. That's how you do. But nah, I mean, I don't understand why they shot him. I don't understand why he tased him. It's not like he was like, "Yo, I'm waving a gun and I'm trying to do something." I mean, what's this ask questions second thing going on recently? And where was it at again?
Charlotte, North Carolina, where Ric Flair is from.
Woo! Well, there you go. There you go, right there. I mean, you can say what you want. It's still the South, and in the South, it is what it is. It doesn't matter if it's Charlotte or Atlanta or BFE. It's still the South, man. And unfortunately,
they shoot kids and police shoot black men in New York City. So don't give me the South stuff. It happens everywhere. They shoot. Yeah. Oscar Grant got shot in the train station of Oakland, California.
And I asked at the beginning. I said in the beginning, what's this shooting?
When's the last time a white dude got shot by the police, unarmed? Can anybody tell me?
Nope.
It didn't make news if it did.
Well, that's my point. It happens to us so much that white brothers and sisters, hey, look, man, I love y'all, but don't try to tell me that it just happens, for real. Because when it just happens, even on a percentage scale, you know what I mean? Like if we can look at the percentage of the per capita of people, and you can give me, black unarmed men get shot 5%. White unarmed men get shot, 5%. If you can give me that percentage, then you'll hear me shut the hell up. But you are not going to hear that. You know why? Because white unarmed men do not get shot by the police. It don't happen. It just doesn't happen. And so when I see a story like this, JR, I get frustrated when people, particularly people who look like me, they say stuff like maybe they shouldn't have been running to the cops. That annoys me, JR. I'm Big Rube. I know I just took a shot at you. I'm going to give you a chance to respond. But JR, give me your thoughts, man. Because this pisses me off.
Here's the thing. And I have to kind of agree with Rube. You shouldn't run towards police. And only reason I'm saying that, before you shut down on me, is because one,
I'm already shut down.
I know.
You on the list right now.
I'm black, dog. I'm black. Like I'm telling you, I get pulled over for speeding. I am sitting here. My hands is on the dash where they can see me. I'm not reaching for nothing. Like when they're making all their moves in their car, like my hands is clearly like up. I'm not making any moves. They're not having any reason to shoot me. So while I understand he was hysterical and they shouldn't have obviously shot him, I do understand the tase. I mean, you don't know potentially what this dude is doing at 2:00 in the morning. Tase, but then after he's tased, you can subdue him. If it's 3 or 4 police officers, if he's tased, you can subdue the guy. Then you can find out what's going on. But the shots to the chest, that's a death sentence right there. There's no call for that.
It's what time? 2:00 in the morning.
It's in the middle of the night.
It's 2:00 in the morning. There's nobody outside. Help me! I just crashed my car. You can hear me. That's number one. You can hear me. There's nobody else outside. There's me and you. You can hear me. They shot him because they wanted to shoot him. If they tased him again, that's enough. Like you said, subdue him, get him down to the ground. Now, Ruben's giving me a look. Now, I understand why you're saying don't run. Basically, if you're black, don't run toward the police.
If you're a black male.
Right. If you're a black male, then okay, fine. Don't run to the police. I'm not in the mood for your double standards, okay? If I was a Caucasian male and I ran towards the police saying, help me, I shot my car, one, your gun's probably still in your pocket. They shot that man because he was black. End of story.
I get so frustrated by our people sitting here with that bullshit double standard talking about because I'm black, I can't ask for help. Because I'm black, I don't have the same rights. Because I'm black, I can't run to the police. We know the history of our relationship in our community with police officers. But as long as we continue to feed into that nonsense, it's going to continue to happen. And you know what? It drives me crazy to see 2 black men sitting across from me saying that it's okay that these officers shot this dude.
Never said it was
okay. You didn't say it was okay, but you said that the black dude did the wrong thing by running towards the police.
You don't think so?
No. You know why? You know why that's not the wrong thing?
Help.
You know why that's not the wrong thing? Because if his skin hue didn't have no melanin in it, it would have been okay.
Fine.
It would have been okay.
It would have been safe for him to do it.
Right. But the point is, because we are so in tuned in our mind to think that in the middle of the night, a black dude's going to be automatically doing wrong, that we already got our guns drawn. One, excessive force because you just tased him. And you can see when you tased him, you can see his hands. Where's his gun? Where is his ability to be able to affect your life with regards to harming you and causing you death? Because if you tasing, I've never been tased before, thankfully.
Me either.
But my guess is, if somebody tased Marcus J is going to flail and wild out and probably poop on himself and throw up and cry and all of that kind of stuff. And my arm's going to be flailing. Hold up. So if I'm doing all that, you can see that my hands ain't got no gun in it. And so when you did that to me, if your next instinct, because I didn't just go down, I'm still coming, probably saying, dude, don't tase me, like the white dude did. Said, bro, don't tase me. Your next thing is to pull your gun out and put 2 in my chest, and you okay because I was running, and you a black man that looks just like Mr. Farrell?
I'm not okay with it. That's not what I said. I never said I was okay with it, nor did I say but it was right. It just wasn't smart to do. Willis Road. If anybody knows where Willis Road is, I used to clean a place over there off of Willis Road. Car was broke down. I had a police officer, Chesterfield County, tell me he was no taxi. You feel me? Like they don't care. I'm walking down JD, going to Colonial Heights, Willis Road, Colonial Heights. They don't care about us. Like if you really want to be real about the situation, until we like somebody like yo, let's just band up, take these motherfuckers down, and assert some dominance.
Did you just say
I said it.
on
I said it. Yes, I did. I'm just saying. Like if look, man. Like I'm no Muslim, but Malcolm has some merits. Okay, now. They don't care about us. They don't respect us. They do not value us unless we are running, dunking, throwing the javelin, or jumping.
Or telling jokes.
But I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have ran toward no police. If they saw me, fine. If not, fine.
Big Ro.
Marcus, and this is the part that just kills me, man, is JR and I aren't stupid. We understand that cops don't like black people or whatever, however you want to choose it. The world isn't equal. It is what it is. However, when it comes to things like that, when does self-preservation kick into gear? Really? He ran to the cops? Come on, man. Are you kidding me? I'm not running to no cop. I'm going to be like, yo, I need some help. Put your hands up. My hands going to be up in the air as high as they can go. You know what? Why? Because I don't want to get shot. You sit here, you 5'5", 160 pounds, but I'm a big dude, and one, it's just like they're already threatened by me for whatever reason because I'm a big guy. They think I'm gonna just turn into the Hulk and just destroy people.
You wouldn't like me angry.
But the problem is, I understand what you're saying. I get it. However, when does self-preservation come into play? I'm not saying he shouldn't have ran. If you want me to say it, hell yeah, he shouldn't have ran. Right. I mean, hold on, man. No, I need to speak my piece on this, man, because this bothers me when it's unfair. It's like, well, yeah, we know this is going on. So when a brother uses his brain and thinking twice, like JR said, when somebody police come to the car, yo, my ID and stuff is out. My hands on the steering wheel. Why? Because I don't want to give anybody an opportunity to think something going down. But you're going to sit here and say, yeah, he should have ran at him? As a black man in this country? Are you crazy? I mean, I'm not saying that he did the right thing or the wrong thing. I'm just saying I wouldn't have done that. Straight up. There is no way. And after they hit me with the tase, number one, I damn sure wouldn't have got back up and kept going. I'd have just laid there and be like, yo, I just need some help and whatever. But you must understand that I understand what you're saying. I get it. But there's sometimes, man, where you need to use your brain and think, you know what? If I run these cops at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, is this really the smartest thing for me to do?
Let me just say this, all right? And we're gonna end this piece of the segment here because, first of all, you overestimated Marcus J's tail of the tape. That's first thing. I ain't that big. That's first thing.
All right, Tiny.
Yeah, I'm a big dude with a big heart. Uh-huh. Anyway, that's first thing.
Oh, Jesus.
Second thing is the police's job is to protect and serve. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I just crashed my car. I'm disoriented. If you saw the car, you'd understand how disoriented I am. I saw the car. I don't know if you saw the car. I seen the car. This dude was out of his mind, okay? 2 o'clock in the morning, he's probably nowhere near home. He needs help, which is the reason why he's banging on some stranger's door. That's the first thing. Second thing is, if you live in a country or you live in a county or you live in a city or a town where you expect the police to be able to take care of you like anybody else, the first thing in your mind is not, I'm a black man, please don't shoot me. That's not the first thing you think about. First thing you think about is my car's in a ditch, I'm injured, I'm hurt. Oh my God, there's help. Wow, somebody's here to help me. Dude, help me, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is when they tase you, Your second thing is, I don't know if you've ever been tased before. I haven't, but when you got 980 billion volts of electricity going through your brain, it's probably not, oh my God, let me try to get up. Your body is probably going to do whatever it's going to do, and you're going to have very little control over it. Okay? So you can sit here and say, I would have done this all you want, but I think that's disingenuous. It is what it is. My whole point is, we live in a country where we as black men are the hunted, and we should not be. And as long as we sit around and we accept it by saying things like, I can't go to the police for help, even though I pay their punk ass salaries.
So what do we do?
We can't do that. We can't act like we can't act like we're not citizens of this country, because if we do that, we are feeding into the mentality of us being hunted, and that is when we empower them to continue to treat us as slaves, as second-class citizens, to continue to do how they do. We can't act like you can just shoot us down in the street. You can't do it.
But that's how they acting.
Okay, that's how they acting. But if we continue to feed into that, now, let me ask you this, JR. Let me ask you
I
this.
don't understand what you mean by feed into it.
We feed.
Was with some Skittles.
He was walking with some Skittles, yes. But we feed into it by our mentality is to walk around in the fear of, you know what, I'm doing the right thing, but I'm doing the right thing, they might kill me. I can't live like that. I do not personally, me, Marcus J., I do not live in fear. I just don't. I can't live like that. And so if y'all choose to live in fear, then that's fine for y'all.
But I don't think that's living in fear.
I think it's living in fear. I think it's living in.
That's just.
I know.
Saying,
I think it's living in fear.
Damn straight.
When you see the police and your initial instinct is, oh my God, let me drop to my knees and throw my hands up when I know I ain't done nothing wrong. That's living in fear. When you just crash your car and you looking for help, and as soon as you see them blue and whites, and your instinct is to drop to your knees and throw your hands up and say, I haven't done anything, I crashed my car, I need help. If that is your instinct, that is living in fear.
That is not my instinct. My instinct is not to run at the police.
Run at the police and say, Lord, I'm so glad I see y'all here to help me. Help me.
And look what happened to that dude.
Yeah, well, look what happened to him. But again,
he got shot 3 in the chest.
He got took 3 in the chest. But again, it's the mentality that I have a problem with, where you cannot look for help from the people who you pay to help you. You pay the police. They here to help you. And their mentality is you ain't shit. So you know what? I'm going to shoot you down the street. Can't live like that.
You got to force them then.
How you going to do it?
You got to stay. We got to take over something then.
How you going to do it?
You got to do it by force if necessary.
What's the force? I mean, that's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
the reason I say force if necessary. But what are we going to do about it? Because I don't see nothing that Mr. Farrell did that was wrong. Nothing.
Here's the thing.
He didn't do nothing wrong.
I don't see nothing that he did was wrong either. But what I'm saying is, until something has to change with their perception of us. It's not our perception that's skewed, because did I want to ride home or did I want to walk like 4 hours to my house? No, I wanted help. Would I have liked the white police officer to stop and say, hey, do you need a ride somewhere? Sure. But he didn't do that. What do you do as a black man in America to get a ride? Or to somebody to care about, like, the fact that you walking down JD and not just assume you're another bum walking down JD because you wearing clean.
The fact that we have to qualify a black man is where, for me, lies the problem. That's the problem.
But how does that change, though?
That is a problem. But until it changes in this country, we have to act accordingly.
No.
And see,
I refuse.
And you know, you refuse, and you'll get 3 in the chest like the other dude.
Then I'll just have to take 3
and
in the
that's
chest.
you.
I will have to
I ain't trying to get shot.
I will have to take 3 in the chest because I'm not walking around in fear. The people.
It's not fear.
It is fear.
It is not fear.
It is fear.
It's called using your head.
Definitely fear.
No.
Are you crazy?
It is fear.
Even if it was daylight and he could see me, I'm not running at any policeman. Period. I'm not running.
If you were running to the police as a white man, would you do it?
But I'm not a white man, so I cannot answer that question.
Why not?
Because I'm not white.
You got a lot of white friends. You see your white friends running to the police?
I don't see anybody running to the police.
Why not?
Because my friends don't run to police.
Why can't you run to the people who you pay to protect you?
Because they got guns.
Exactly.
And they got guns, and they're people too. So they already have a prejudice as to what's going on.
You don't see a problem with that, though?
I see a perfect problem.
I see a problem.
But how do you change it without
you're just
short of saying we're going to take over the government, take over the police department?
I mean,
I'm not saying,
unless you plan on going militant with it.
I'm not saying
you
that.
Have to,
and it's not even about militancy.
But you have to do what's in your environment. You can't sit there and change the rules for yourself because you choose to change the rules. I mean, and that's the point here. The point here is, maybe I'm not gonna do something. Maybe I'll do something a little different because I want to make sure I go home to my bed. Yeah, maybe I'm not gonna sit here. And once again, the dude did nothing wrong. But I'm telling you, if it was Big Rube, I'm not running. I'd never run to a policeman unless there's somebody chasing me. And there's somebody chasing me. They see somebody chasing me. Straight up. I understand your point, but your point is unfortunately not real life. Because when it's my real life.
It's my real life.
Well,
it's my real life.
But the thing about it,
it's my real life because I refuse. First of all, I refuse to live my life in fear. That's the first thing. And you can sit here and say that that's not living in fear. That's fine if that's how you feel. But I think most people who are listening to us right now agree. Even if they agree with you, they will agree that that is a fearful tactic. You're not going to run towards someone whose job it is to protect you because you don't want to get killed. How is that not fear? That's fear. And so if you have a problem with the word fear, then you need to address that within yourself. But the reality is that behavior is a fearful behavior. That's just what it is. Getting hits on the Mixed LR page said is saying if he was bloody, they could have had fear of infections. I don't even know how to take that. Joy is saying it's bullshit. Wow, hearing that annoys me. Look, you know what? I mean, we can go on and on, and I think we understand each other's positions. It's one of those things where we agree to disagree. We're going to end this segment. We're going to take a quick break, but before we do that, we cannot leave the news segment without talking about the shootings that happened today in Washington, D.C. at the Naval Yard in D.C. Left 13 dead, shooting rampage in D.C. A naval veteran is identified as the gunman. Aaron Alexis, a civilian contractor from Fort Worth, Texas, was identified by officials as a shooter. He was killed by officers responding to the morning attack in Washington Navy Yard. Military officials said Alexis had been a Navy reservist on active duty before being discharged for misconduct. The article here on USA Today does not disclose what the misconduct was. The carnage and desperate efforts by responding officers to stop the shooting gripped the nation's capital city in a tense day-long drama just miles from the U.S. Capitol and the White House hours after reporting that Alexis was dead. City officials said they had not entirely ruled out the possibility that another shooter was involved. There was reports that it was a mid-50s black man that was also involved. And, of course, Mr. Alexis is a white dude. Mr. Black dude is apparently at large, 50-year-old. If in fact that report is correct, JR, I'm gonna get your comment on this one first. I just want real quick comments. This story is breaking. We'll have more news on this probably in our later shows this week and potentially next week. Just want a quick comment from everybody before we go to break. JR, you first.
Thoughts and prayers with the families and the people affected. It's really sad. I heard about it this morning on the radio, and that's just to know that, you could possibly have a parent or someone, that would be at work at the time, and that they could be in trouble. That's sad. So
Big Rope. It's radio, man. You can't just look at the microphone. It's not going to talk for you.
You know what? You're right. But, I have a lot of family and stuff up there who work in that kind of place. And for me, I'm glad it wasn't them. First of all, craziness and natural selection just happens. Doesn't matter how old you are. You just get it when you get it.
That's why.
Again, like JR said, my condolences go out to the family. It's just sad. It's just really sad.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. We're going to take our first break of the night. Very spirited first hour. But when we come back, we got SY that's going to hit us up with her wealthy segment. Looking forward to that. And definitely looking forward to Big Rube debuting his new segment that we like to call the Round Table. And then we're going to finish out the show with some What the Hell. Marcus J with JR, Big Rube, SY. Ain't no half stepping Marcus J. Be back in a minute.